Hi, my name is Steve Flanders, and I'm a solutions architect on the vCenter LogInsight product team at VMware. And I'd like to demonstrate the new Windows agent available as part of LogInsight version 2.0 GA. To do this, I've brought up a LogInsight instance. I'm logged in as an admin user, and I'm in the administration page and the agents section. Now you'll see that by default the agent section states that no agent data is available, as no Windows agents have been deployed, configured, or are sending information to this particular LogInsight instance. To get access to the agent, there's a download link to the MSI file, which I can go ahead and select. The MSI file can also be downloaded directly from the VMware download site. Once I have the MSI file available, I can go to my Windows device and install. So I have for us today a Windows 8 virtual machine, and I have gone ahead and put the Agent MSI file on the desktop here. So we'll go ahead and double click it. And we're first presented with the license agreement that we need to accept, so I'll go ahead and do that. And then the only option that needs to be entered is what the host name is to the LogInsight server that I wish to send logs to. Now this could be directly to a standalone LogInsight instance. It could also be the VIP, the load balancer VIP for my LogInsight cluster. By default, this points to a LogInsight hostname, but if this is not configured in your DNS, then it will not work. The recommendation is to use an FQDN, as you want to be able to change the underlying IP from time to time. It's much easier just to update an A record than it is to go ahead and modify the configuration on all of your devices. Since I'm in a dev test environment here, I do not have DNS configured, so I'll just demonstrate by entering the IP address to my LogInsight server, and then I'll select install. Of course, I have to go through all the security precautions of Windows, and you see very quickly and easily it's installed and it's ready to go. Nothing else really needs to be done. The application actually installs a Windows service, and because I've entered the information of my LogInsight server, the agent is going ahead and collecting specific Windows channels by default. More specifically, this is the application, system, and security channels of the Windows Event Viewer. Now, if you care about the configuration file, if you want to make changes to that, you have the ability of modifying the configuration file on each of your Windows devices if you so desire. You can do that by navigating here to where you have your program data directory. Now, just a quick note here, this is a hidden directory, so if you don't see it, make sure you go to View, Options, View, and ensure that you are showing hidden folders, files, and drives. Once you see this directory, you can go ahead and navigate to VMware. You'll see that there's a LogInsight agent directory, and this liagent.ini file is the configuration file for the agent. Now, by default, the agent uses LogInsight's new ingestion API as specified by the CF API protocol. You can also change this to syslog if you prefer to send over the syslog protocol, but there really are a lot of benefits to sticking to LogInsight's ingestion API, so I wouldn't recommend changing this. The host name, as we configured during the MSI installation, the port, which is 9000 for the API, and then you can see down here a little bit further down the 3 channels I told you it was collecting. I can go ahead and add additional channels. I can modify these channels. I can also monitor any file on the file system. So this is really customizable to your needs. One thing to note, if you do make changes to this file and you save it, be sure to go to the services section. Be sure to find the LogInsight agent, which is underneath VMware. So navigate here, the LogInsight agent, and just make sure that you restart the LogInsight agent service. The LogInsight service does not run down in the taskbar here. There is no icon for it because it is a service, not an application. Now, once you have this all configured and ready to go, you can go back to your LogInsight service, and assuming some devices or some events have been generated, you'll now notice that I can see my device, its host name, I know what agent version is running, I know more information about the OS, I can even see the events per second, which makes it very easy to go ahead and figure out which devices are logging to me which have the Windows agent installed. In addition, as part of 2.0 GA, you can actually push agent configurations from the server side. So instead of having to go manually update the agent configuration on all my Windows devices, I can type the additional configuration that I wish to apply, and it will merge those changes automatically for me. So I can add things like search for these specific file paths. If they exist, then the agents will pick that up and they will forward events from those file paths. The same applies to the Windows event channels as well. Now, because it is an MSI installation, you can do a GPO, you can do mass deployment, you could use a configuration management tool such as Puppet to get this rolled out. The goal is to make it pretty simple and easy to use. One other thing to note underneath this agent section here is that the host name is actually a hyperlink. So if I go ahead and select this, it will take me to the interactive analytics page, and it will construct a query that only returns events from that particular agent or that particular Windows device. This makes it very quick and easy to see events coming in. And that concludes this video demonstration of how to use LogInsight's new Windows agent. I'd highly encourage you to take a look at it. It's very efficient, a very small MSI. VMware's done a very good job of ensuring that it doesn't consume very many resources and that it's extremely efficient. I'd also encourage you to go ahead and take a look at my blog, sflanders.net. I'll have a lot of good information about LogInsight up there. And also be sure to follow me on Twitter. My handle is smflanders, and I will be having some pro tips for LogInsight 2.0 GA. Thanks for viewing.